Our story begins with two young cooks settling in to watch their favorite television program. Proximity to Halloween and black and white imagery on the screen foretold that we would be learning to make an iconic trick-or-treat candy. The chef used a clever yet dark storyline to explain how he came across the recipe of our favorite candy of all time, peppermint patties. As mysterious misfortunes continued to hex the TV chef, we could sit still no longer. Caleb and I each reached for a device of comfort. With the recipe fully documented, we relaxed again to watch the program, which concluded with the TV chef enjoying the good eats he created. Or so we thought. That night, neither Caleb or I could sleep. I searched the interweb for a food-grade supply of peppermint oil. Caleb's insomnia would require a more powerful intervention, and there was only one book sure to put him to sleep. Opening the book, Caleb expected to read about unit conversion. But what he found instead became an obsession. He discovered the recipe for the sensation of eating said candy. The next day, Caleb put his team to work.
Did you get the ingredients? You got the dry team, but what about the wet team?
The team immediately began assembling the ingredient, first cutting all the boards to length. And then making angled cuts at precisely 30 degrees. Finally, one of the two plywood sheets were cut to size. The frame was assembled with 3-inch screws. With the platform complete, it was time to transport and place it on the highest point in the backyard.
I bet you're not going to have too much luck getting this up a hill.
Perhaps the most challenging task of the recipe. Once in place, 2x4 supports were attached to the 4-foot-high platform at an angle of 30 degrees. A choice of angle which allows the 8-foot plywood to create a full ramp to the ground. With the dry team assembled, it was time to turn our attention to the wet team. We start with the 1/4-inch pipes and fittings, mise en place. Drill a 1/8-inch hole in the end of the metal cap. Next, wrap all the pipe threads with Teflon tape. And begin threading by hand. Tighten each of the fittings. Return outside and attach the assembled nozzle to a garden hose and air compressor. When the temperature drops below 32 degrees, snowmaking can begin. Similar to making biscuits, we apply the wet team directly onto the dry team. It helps to whistle while you work. As often happens in cooking, it is hard to resist raw batter. With the snow maker remounted, we continue making snow. Through the night and into the next day. Moving the snowmaker down the hill and repeating for several days and nights. until finally the entire hill was covered with snow. Meanwhile, the peppermint oil had arrived, and it was time to make peppermint patties. Following the television chef's recipe, we measure 575 grams of confectioner's sugar into a bowl, subtracting 30 grams and placing into the bowl of our stand mixer. Next, we crack and separate the white of 1 chicken egg. Placing the bowl of our stand mixer over a pot of simmering water, we add the egg white to the 30 grams of confectioner's sugar. And whisk until the temperature of the mixture reaches 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Off the heat, add 110 grams of light corn syrup and 1/8 teaspoon peppermint oil to the mixture. Using the paddle attachment, mix on medium speed till combined. Counter to the instructions of the TV chef, we add 1 teaspoon of water. Then add 1/4 of the remaining confectioner's sugar to the bowl and mix for 30 seconds. Continue adding confectioner's sugar in 1/4 increments, scraping down the bowl each time. This is pretty thick stuff. Dust the counter and rolling pin with cornstarch. Roll the dough to 1/4 inch thick. Shape is not important. Use a 2-inch ring cutter to stamp out the peppermint fillings. After paying the electric bill, place the peppermint disc onto a silicone mat. Dust off any excess cornstarch. For the chocolate coating, we start with 5 bars of dark chocolate. Chop the chocolate into smaller pieces for melting. Return to our sauté pan of simmering water. We place the bowl of chopped chocolate over the steam, constantly mixing the chocolate on and off the heat. Repeat this process until the chocolate reaches 90 degrees Fahrenheit and all the chocolate has melted. Finally, coat the peppermint discs in the melted chocolate and allow it to cool on the silicone mat. After chilling in the refrigerator, it's time to enjoy a peppermint patty and join Caleb sledding.
Transferable curse. Oh, bother. When I buy 2-year pepper patty, I get the sensation of sledding down the aisle.
Mwah!